This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at Trilogy Financial. Since 1999, they have been your turnkey solution by helping Americans achieve financial independence. I'm here with Diane Zing, who is the VP of Investments. Thanks for joining us here, Diane. Let's begin with you, first of all. Basically, Rookie of the Year, Rising Star, Woman of the Year. You have made a name for yourself in the financial arena. Share with us how it is you got involved in this particular industry.
The particular industry I had been involved in for a while on the corporate side. I took a break when I started my family. When I came back, I wanted to be helping individuals and families and small businesses instead. So I took a significant amount of time interviewing different companies to decide what has the right culture, what has the right approach for helping people reach their goals, and Trilogy was the standout company, and that's how I joined.
Standout company. Obviously, they've had some great success. Two of the premier areas that they focus on is the fact of integrity and trust. It really is their foundation for success. Why is it important for folks to look basically at those two factors when deciding on a professional?
I think the unfortunate thing is most people don't have themselves set up properly or armed with the right questions when they interview different advisors. All different kinds of firms do different things, and they have different approaches. So the reason I like Trilogy Financial Services the best for my practice is because it truly is independent. So independent in nature means that the sole interest that you have as a company and as an advisor is for the client, is for helping them reach financial independence. You're tailoring an approach for that person. And that's not a cookie-cutter approach. Absolutely. That's a way to say, look, we're going to look at you as a family or you as a small business, and we're going to do something perfect for you to help you work towards those goals. And that includes a significant amount of education, which sometimes is missing in the marketplace, and that draws people into being fearful when times aren't at their best.
Education, experience plays a part. Obviously, the company itself has over 15 years to draw from past experience, but how important is forward thinking also in this type of situation?
Forward thinking is absolutely critical. The one thing that no single advisor could ever do is predict the markets. So it's out of line for anybody to sit and say, well, the market's going to do this, the market's going to do that. So because we are not armed with that crystal ball, we have to be forward thinking about everything else we do, not just the integrity that we take, but is our technology best? Is the approach that we take with our research, with our forward thinking in regards to what families need? What do we see going on in the economy that we need to drill down and help individuals and help them relate to it?
You mentioned technology. How important is technology in keeping up to date with trends? And not only that, but really with communicating with your client on an ongoing basis?
Well, technology is important. The interesting thing in today's day and age is that our pool of clients tend to span 3 and 4 generations. So you have some clients who are 90 years old and older where you're doing a different kind of financial management for them versus somebody who's in their 20s or 30s. Children coming into their 20s and 30s who now are young adults, they grew up with technology. So you better be savvy. You better understand how to communicate in a way that's best and most convenient for them. So in my office, with my practice, and with all my counterparts, we have what we need to communicate in any way that's best for our clients.
Wonderful. Once again, a very customized approach. Everyone is different. You take a very, it's a real comprehensive wealth management approach. We're talking about almost a team where you can collaborate with other professionals like that of attorneys or tax planners. Share with me a little bit about that.
Actually, that's one of the spearheads for what makes us different. It's not just about managing assets. It's about taking a step back and doing a global look of everything that affects these clients, everything that could possibly come up in their life financially. We are a trilogy of service. We work with CPAs, we work with estate attorneys very closely, because I can do everything I can to help you reach maybe asset goals, but I can't necessarily help you from an estate planning point of view or a CPA and tax planning point of view without collaboration. So we end up being kind of a quarterback of making sure you have the right services.
Wonderful. How important is financial planning early on? I would imagine that receiving advice from different sources can be rather confusing. How do you keep it all in focus?
Actually, it's interesting. There are some misconceptions about the ideas of having a financial advisor. The first is that some people feel they don't have enough money. I can't have a financial advisor. I don't have enough money. Well, our opinion is, well, how are you ever going to have enough money if you don't have a financial plan? So it's always worth it to go in and just see what a plan looks like. So those baby steps of saying, okay, what can a plan look like? The other thing that might cause a little bit of a problem is we have people in their 50s and 60s and 70s who say, I'm set. The unfortunate thing is that most people don't know what they don't know. So they don't take the time to have that random checkup. A financial plan is so critical to you having what you need in life in all stages that it is imperative that you have that checkup, regardless if you have an advisor or not. We get calls all the time from people who want to just simply check out their plan.
So you're not talking about a static plan. We're talking about an ever-changing plan that is based on your life and where you're at that time. Estate planning. Many folks don't believe they have a plan for their estate, or basically they do because you fall at the default of the state, I would imagine. And share with me kind of the differences between those two outcomes, between proper estate planning and default state.
Well, I am not an attorney, so I couldn't go into the complexities of estate planning. But what I can tell you is that when you don't have those plans in place, everything that you feared about having to deal with would most likely come true because you are no longer in control of how things get handled for you. So when you come in, we say, okay, let's make sure your estate planning is in place. Some people think it's just about a will. It's not. And with the approach we take, it's more of a relationship management approach. We have good relationships with our clients. Therefore, whatever their needs are the needs that we go out and aggressively try to help them solve.
So estate planning is more than basically a will. Estate planning is more than tax management or tax planning. Yet tax planning has to be a big part. Is that something that you do as well?
We work with professionals in the tax world, be it CPAs, tax attorneys. And the bottom line is a good plan is a plan that does what you're asking it to do. So your estate plan, your tax plan might look different than mine. So our whole point is to work with these three entities together, financial planning, estate planning, and tax planning, to make sure that whatever it is you have as a goal is being met at the time that you need it to be met.
So really it's about that initial consultation that takes place.
Correct.
Quite a bit you need to learn about your client at that point to take that approach and really to be objective and yet create guidance that is understood by both parties.
Yes, and the biggest thing to do is to not put the cart before the horse. A lot of firms in the area and in the country, I would assume, they're so eager to talk about the different products out there and what products can do what. Whereas our approach is, worry about products later. First, let's design a plan that meets your needs. Then you can decide what kind of products help you reach your goals. So again, it's the education and the planning first. And then we go out and decide what's going to help you work towards those goals.
So that initial consultation basically evolves into a relationship throughout the years. It's ever changing, ever evolving, because you need to be basically understanding the changes that they desire and hitting those and making some good guidance calls.
Absolutely. It can start with a small step for someone brand new out of college and just wanting to know, how do I manage cash? What do I start? How do I begin? Clear up through estate planning in regards to wealth transfer. We've had a lot of those cases as well. The beautiful thing about Trilogy is that we are so deep in regards to how many advisors we have and what kind of specialties that we all have. So we're not just a single sole person out here trying to help people. We have an army behind us, and any kind of case that walks in, we have collaboration that is very deep, and that gives us a sense of confidence.
Resources abound basically with the team. Folks, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, first of all, you can take a look at the different locations they have. We're talking about regional offices from coast to coast there to serve you. You can also take a look at their management team. With many, many years of experience, they come to the table first of all, listening to you, listening what is needed, and then basically making that guidance call for you as well. If you're not sure where you stand, basically if you need a financial planner, they've got a place you can take a quiz right there. Will really get your financial juices flowing and really make you understand a little bit about what you need. Let me ask you this. Folks out there need financial planning. Not all of them are business owners. Many of them are. What do you have in the way of business solutions as far as possibly protecting their number one asset, which is people, top talent?
Well, it's interesting. That tends to be the thing that's missing. We meet business owners and they come in and they're definitely worried about their bottom line, their P&Ls, their profits, their personal plans, and how they bridge those goals. But the idea of retaining good employees and talking about the benefits that can be offered, there are a plethora of resources for that. So the beauty of working with an independent advisor such as Trilogy is that we can look at the stage of growth that your particular company's in and help you baby step yourself into different kinds of benefits that are tailored for your company. Everything from just starting out and maybe having a retirement plan, clear up to majorly sophisticated types of solutions that could benefit the business owners in huge ways.
Wonderful. How important is due diligence out there for folks to take a look before they team up with a professional? You yourself did plenty of research before you even teamed up with the company. How important is that?
That's critical. The downside is, well, I can give a few hints. When you're interviewing a financial advisor, you really don't want to meet someone who's immediately talking about products. You want them to take the time to get to know you, to really look at what are your goals, what kind of risk tolerances do you have. If you're a married couple or a couple in any kind of fashion, what's your compatibility in regards to money? What are your behaviors? How do we help you cash manage? How do we help you reach those tiny steps? So when you're asking questions with the different advisors, it's good to get out there because you will see a huge difference in the approach of how these different companies take you. And you'll feel what's right for you. And that whole idea of, do you want a relationship management? Do you want a relationship style where an advisor is going to meet with you and be part of your plan moving forward closely? Do you want a hands-off approach? It depends on what your needs are. That's the beauty of Trilogy, is that we have clients who want all those kinds of things. And because we're independent, we're able to tailor the relationship based on what they need.
Based on what they need, like you said, be it young, old, just starting out, possibly at the end towards retirement, different types of portfolios, you name it, you pretty much are able to customize that approach for anyone.
We are. Getting people started is certainly something we're good at, but where we shine the most is truly in the retirement income strategies. When it comes to helping businesses thrive and helping people on that last round right before retiring, helping them make good critical decisions that will set them up for retirement, retirement income planning is very different than just growing assets. And that's something we thrive at. So anybody who's looking for a chance to know what their options are for retirement income planning, that's a good thing for Trilogy. But not all companies focus on the same thing.
Wonderful. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. You can see their contact information right there. And basically, like Diane said, work with a company that doesn't put the cart before the horse. Basically, somebody who, making sure that you're the first thing they're basically looking at, understanding what your needs and goals are, then coming out with the services that they can provide for you. That is Trilogy Financial in Denver, Colorado. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Littleton, Colorado. We are here at Dog a Dog World Rescue. Since 2008, they have been rescuing pets while finding suitable families in forever homes. I'm here with the president, vice president. Ladies, thanks for joining us today. Let's start off first of all. 2008, you began this organization, but quite honestly, for close to 2 decades, you've been caring for pets. Share with me a little bit, what got you involved in this industry?
Well, for me, I've been raising my own dogs, and then I met Shelly because she was my dog's groomer, and then we just decided to do Doggy Dog World Rescue, and I own a pet sitting business, Bark at the World, and everything I do is dog related.
Wonderful, dog related. So obviously, growing up, always a pet lover?
Always a pet lover and a pet saver. Saved anything I found.
Excellent. Let me ask you this. Obviously, one of the great joys we all have, maybe as growing up or even as an adult, is bringing a pet into our home. Very exciting, anticipation, but many times these pets don't find themselves or their way into any home. What are the factors involved that create that and make that happen?
A lot of times people get animals that aren't suitable for their lifestyle. So if you get a dog that likes to run every day and you're a couch potato, it just doesn't go well. So we end up getting a lot of dogs like that, or Christmas presents. Yeah. People are funny about thinking that it's a good gift to give to somebody else when you should probably decide if you want a pet before you just give somebody.
Wow, it's like giving a child to somebody. I mean, quite honestly, there's a certain mentality and also a certain responsibility that needs to take place. Let me ask you this. Are all the shelters out there that you're basically rescuing from, are all the shelters the same, or do some of them favor euthanasia more than others?
Oh, I think there's definitely ones that are higher kill shelters than others. A lot of the shelters that we save from work really hard to save the dogs, wait for us to be able to take them, or other rescues like us to be able to take them before they have to euthanize them. But then other ones are very quick to euthanize.
Very quick to the decision. Let me ask you this. Obviously, in your business model here, you're not really using a physical shelter. Basically, you are able to use others. Explain to me how folks are able to provide and care for while we're waiting for these homes.
So basically we would need a foster base. So we have people that volunteer and keep the dogs in their home and bring them to our events, which is pretty much every weekend. So they just care for them as their own pet.
So obviously, these foster parents, if you will, they are really critical to the success of your organization and definitely deserve a thank you.
Definitely deserve a thank you, yes. We couldn't do without them.
Wonderful. I mean, we're talking about homes that they're able to obviously care for, provide for, definitely love in the home. What about sometimes these pets need rehabilitation before they actually get into their home?
Definitely. We get probably more than not that need a lot of help. Nancy has one now that was a feral pup when we brought her in, and she was with me for 2 months.
Yeah.
And she was doing okay, but not good because I'm a single gal. So Nancy has a husband and more activity. So we brought her over there, and she's striving, being around people. So she's come a long way, hasn't she?
That's wonderful. Let me ask you. We've got when you're out there looking for not only foster homes but the forever homes, who are some of these candidates, and what kind of folks are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for committed people that don't make spur-of-the-moment decisions to get a dog. It's a big responsibility. We're looking for people that have a suitable lifestyle for a specific breed mix, because that's very important to the succession of the adoption. And for people that are going to do everything they can to make the situation work and not give up on the dog again.
I love it. Great. One of the things I notice here is it's been said that it requires a village to raise a child. I imagine the same goes with pets. Who are some of the partners that you've partnered up with that have helped, not only in maybe feeding, but even health care?
After our vet care, Downtown Animal Care Center, they do all our spay neuters, and well, we do Zoetis.
Zoetis for shelters is where we get our vaccines. Petco is our adoption partner store. They do fund yearly for help for us. And let's see who else helps us. Michael O'Brien with Never Too Late dog training.
It takes quite a few people when you think about it coming together, basically to make sure that it all happens successfully. One of the things, what about monetary donations? Are folks able to donate monetarily, and basically are grants available as well?
We have not had very good success with grants. We do get donations, not very many. Petco does give us funding like 3 times a year. Is that about right?
3 times a year?
Yeah, they do a big event like the Christmas deal or the Spring Fling, and then we get proceeds from that.
So folks who do want to donate, feel it's a great cause too, can they go right to your website there and can they donate?
Yeah, there's a button on there that says donate, and they just hit that and it goes through PayPal.
Wonderful. So pretty easy for folks to do it, and check it out. One of the things, when someone pays an adoption fee, what is included in that for them?
Okay, so heartworm testing, chip, spay, neuter, first set of shots. If they're old enough, we do the shots that are available for that age group, because you don't do a rabies till 4 months. So we do pretty much heartworm, chip, rabies, and
DHPP.
DHPP. Yeah, she knows.
So they're pretty much ready to be a pet once they've come from you. Basically, they've gone through all the steps. Wonderful. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, first of all, you're going to learn a little bit more about the organization here. You'll also take a look at the section they refer to as Happy Trails. Basically, that's a list and photos of some of the dogs that have been placed into some great homes throughout the area here. You can also take a look at the list and photos of ones that are available for adoption. And if you feel this is something that would be a good fit for you, simply download the application right there, and they can basically find out if a forever home is in your future. I mean, obviously in the name here it's Doggy Dog World, but are we talking about cats as well?
Yes, we do. We've saved, 160 cats last year, and we are still continuing a little slower this year, but we just don't have as many fosters for cats as we do dogs at this point, because we had someone helping us and that just kind of terminated. So we are now doing it through Petco pretty much.
Wonderful. You do have, periodically you have events that you put on, be it at Petco or like you've got going here. What basically happens at an event, and what can people learn there?
We bring our dogs, and
Let's see them right there.
absolutely. And then we can tell everybody that whoever's interested in a specific dog, everything we know about that dog, because the dog's lived in foster care. And if we don't have the answers and the foster parent's not there, we can call them, and they can have one-on-one conversations with the foster family. We give them advice on how to take care of the rescue dog, because rescue dogs are a little bit different than just a dog that you get from a breeder that's a puppy. So we help people learn how to handle this particular dog and what we recommend for the future.
Wonderful. Last time viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. We're talking about an organization that began in 2008. Began here by a few ladies that have been caring for animals pretty much their whole lives. Been doing it professionally, close to 2 decades here. Basically, there are many pets out there that are looking for a home. If you're possibly looking to provide that forever home, you can check it out there. You can also become a foster parent and basically take care of them while they're waiting for that home as well. And remember their contact information right there on the bottom of the screen. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, making a difference one dog at a time.
Medical Massage International provides the public with independent, competent healthcare practitioners through the art of massage. We train therapists to last and sustain a career beyond our school by entering them into the medical world of massage. Establishing core values within our students to bring out the best in themselves is our goal. you too can join this diverse group of therapists to thrive in the medical massage world.
Until next time, if you know of a business who you feel the whole city should know about, nominate them, we'll send a reporter out. This is Gary Atencio from CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.